It's Tuesday the 5th of August here at Exeter Police Station, and I, Katie Hopkins, state as follows. I have attended this interview under protest as I was threatened with arrest if I did not attend. I consider this interview and the police investigation to be an unlawful interference with my right to freedom of expression pursuant to Article 10 ECHR Human Rights.
Shockwaves in British politics tonight, and they begin not in Westminster, but inside a police station in Exeter. Katie Hopkins, one of the most controversial voices in the UK, has just dropped a statement that is already setting headlines on fire. Her words, bold, defiant, and guaranteed to ignite a national debate about freedom, policing, and power. It all happened on Tuesday, the 5th of August, when Hopkins arrived at Exeter Police Station. But this wasn't a routine meeting. She says she only attended under protest, claiming she had been threatened with arrest if she didn't show up.
Acts 1998. I reserve my position in respect of any actions I choose to take, including but not limited to a formal complaint and claim for damages against Devon and Cornwall Police. I run a comedy pub night called the Katie's Arms, live on my Instagram at 8 p.m. on Fridays for 30 minutes. I started the Katie's Arms during the idiocy of COVID lockdowns in order to help people struggling.
Right there, the drama takes hold. Was this a lawful investigation, or the heavy hand of the state bearing down on an outspoken critic? In her own statement, Hopkins pulled no punches. She declared that the police interview was, in her view, an unlawful interference with her right to freedom of expression under Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights. She pointed directly to the Human Rights Act of 1998, making it clear she wasn't just playing the victim, she was setting the stage for a legal battle. And she didn't stop there. Hopkins reserved her position on future action, threatening not only a formal complaint but also the possibility of a damages claim against Devon and Cornwall Police. It was a line drawn in the sand, and one that instantly raises the stakes. Are we witnessing a routine police inquiry, or the opening salvo of a much bigger war over free speech in Britain? To her supporters, Hopkins is a fighter. They see her as someone standing up to an establishment desperate to silence voices that challenge the narrative. And to prove her point, she reminded everyone of her own platform, the Katie's Arms, a weekly live show she began during the chaos of COVID lockdowns. Every Friday night, streamed straight to Instagram, she broadcast commentary and conversation for half an hour, aimed at giving people comfort during the darkest days of restrictions. But to her critics, this isn't about free speech, it's about accountability. They argue that freedom of expression isn't absolute, and that certain words and actions carry consequences. For them, this is less about silencing, and more about enforcing the line between commentary and potential harm. And that tension, between liberty and legality, is exactly why this case has gripped the nation so quickly. What makes this story explosive is not just Katie Hopkins herself, but what her fight represents. If she's right, then British policing has crossed a dangerous line, trampling over rights protected by law. If she's wrong, then she's using the banner of free speech as a shield for words that go too far. Either way, this isn't just about one woman. It's about the future boundaries of speech in a country already split on where those boundaries should lie. So tonight, as the dust settles outside Exeter Police Station, one thing is clear: this is only the beginning. Katie Hopkins has lit a fuse, and whether it burns toward reform, revolt, or ruin, no one can yet say. But one thing is certain: Britain is watching, the debate is raging, and the next move will shape the battle for free expression in this country for years to come. Stay tuned.